So we are doing an awesome little weekend trip as a family, and we are seeing the painted churches of South Texas.
Say, let's go.
No.
I don't want that.
So Colton and I came up to Round Top back in May and got to visit one or two of the painted churches, and we were like, oh my gosh, we should bring the boys back to do this. And this low-key feels like the trip that made it out of the group chat because we are actually doing it. So yesterday we drove up after church and stayed in Hallettsville at Hotel Texas. Just a small little hotel, but it was really well done. It was very clean. We actually really enjoyed it. And then we went and got donuts on the way here. And so yeah, now we're at stop one. Let's go. Okay, so now we are at St. Mary's at High Hill, I think it is, over here in Schulenburg. There's several over in this little area. This is actually the first one Colton and I came to back in May that we were like, we have to come back. This is kind of one of those things. It's a little different because we're not Catholic technically, but I will say this, as very strong believers in our faith and choosing to live to glorify God in every which way that we possibly can, we recognize so much of the sanctity and beauty that the Catholic Church holds. And so it has been pretty wonderful to honestly just get to walk through and see some of these places because they are absolutely stunning. And you can just feel the reverence every single time you walk into one of these churches. We also discovered that the Round Top Fall Antiques show is going on right now. And so we're like, well, if we have extra time, we might just jaunt over that way again. But we'll see. We will see. So after this one, we have a couple more here in the Schulenburg area. So what have you thought so far?
They were cool.
They've been pretty cool?
Mm-hmm. Very colorful.
Very colorful. Jericho is loving Colton so hard right now. So we have looked at 3 churches so far, and I think that calls for lunch. And so we're going to head into Schulenburg because this one is a little bit outside of town, and our next ones are as well. So after lunch, we only have like 2 more churches to go, and they're within a really close proximity of each other. So whether or not we choose to head home right after that, or if we want to choose to do something else fun, time will tell. Time will tell. so we just finished lunch. We did a little plant shopping, which is so not my vibe, but we had to get one for our homeschool co-op. London had some project he's got to get some 9 of the exact same plants. I don't know. Basically, we needed 9 plants. We found 9 plants literally where we were eating lunch, so that was convenient. But now we're back to hit up the rest of the painted churches that we can fit into today before heading back to Corpus. So Jericho loves going into the churches and has now started calling them the what? He calls it the Bible show because it tells the stories in a lot of the frescoes. And so every time we've pulled up to a church,
The Bible
the Bible show. All right, so we got done with the painted churches, and then we decided to do what?
We figured out that it's the Round Top's antique show, and so we drove over just to see how busy it was, and wow, it's pretty crazy.
But we came to one that's not too bad, so we're gonna go
Yes.
check it out.
Yes.
So like we mentioned earlier, is the only reason we found out about the painted churches was because we came up to Round Top in May. Well, I don't know if you know this, but nothing happens in Round Top anytime that's not their spring or fall show. There was some great little stores open, great restaurants, but we're kind of excited to see what it's all about, even if we only have like an hour here. All right, so technically we are in Warrenton. Round Top was insane. I don't know if you can tell, we'll kind of show a better shot of all the tents, but we decided to come over to the barns in Warrenton because it wasn't as crazy.